boom booms and eyes, and boom booms and mouth. And I need to tighten up that part. Whether it takes me uphill, downhill, or out to the sticks, I get the goods from A to B. I'll even take them across the sea if needed. So don't worry, you're in safe hands.
Okay.
They don't call me the gold standard guard for nothing.
I'm a few minutes late. But just give me a moment because I need to post this photo on my Instagram. Boom, boom, skin. All the greenery on my Instagram. Cherry, cherry lady, I'm looking for devotion. Anyway, as you can see, we're going to be doing Cyno's quest. I'm super pumped, super excited to see my boy again. I miss him dearly.
Today's recommendation is the
We're no longer in May, June, for reading in the web. Jurassic Park.
Boom booms and eyes, and boom booms and mouth.
Mouth.
And
He's gonna say cats. Boom zooms and cats.
I need to tighten up that part.
There's the tag.
should I choose?
Alright, I think I want to tag. I realized when I turned on the live stream, like, I did not post that photo. Which one is it? Jump, the orchestra. Okay. Not drops. Not the quiet setting of her door. Ah, my ear is itching. I'm gonna bring this closer to my mouth because I'm not gonna be talking as loudly as I normally do. Load, bitch. I'm gonna turn it down so I don't get copyrighted. That a bit bigger, put it to the side, like that, over here. Alright, that's good. Double check to make sure that is uploading fine, and then we'll officially start this live stream. Okay. Cute. Yeah, I was able to bring him up. Okay. We're good. Time to start, lads and ladies. We're having a late live stream. This is so weird. Oh my god. It's like a sleepover, guys. Okay, I have to reset all. Alright. Time to go see Cyno! That goddamn slut. How dare he not come home to me ever. Cyno and Zhao. Those bitches. Anyway. Let's go accept it. Todoroki. Oh, that's my story quest. Not my story quest, my yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, why do I need Todoroki?
Ah, we haven't seen our Sumeru friends for a while now. Paimon wonders how they're doing. Let's go to Sumeru City and catch up with them.
Lilo. You know what we're gonna do real quick? We are going to change characters so we can go see Cyno. So who are we gonna pick?
Stay close.
Mommy. I'm gonna stop.
I applied for vacation. You remember too, right?
Felt. Let's see. Never use her. Who else to bring?
Let's go gather some samples.
And we're leaving Gami, because he's a cutie. He's a cutie patootie. Alright. Going. Ooh. Before we do that, I need to collect my ingredients. Alright. And collect my thingy-majig over here.
Ad
then we'll go.
Astra Abyssosk. Well,
Add Astra Episosk. Okay, all the way to Sumeru. Snezhnaya. Husband?
wow, the academia sure is busy during the day.
Husband? Oh, continue.
But where should we go looking for people that we know?
It's like, we're bored. Let's go bother
Traveler,
someone.
Paimon.
Hello.
It's been so long since we last saw you.
Really feels like it's been forever. You look like you've been keeping well.
As do you.
Oh,
You don't seem weary at all from your
his voice.
travels. If anything, you seem stronger.
Oh.
So, what brings you back
Yeah, you
here?
want to feel my muscles?
Oh, nothing in particular. Paimon just saw a really big mushroom out on the road the other day and suddenly missed all our friends in Sumeru.
Funnily enough, we were reminiscing about you recently too. It was at a group dinner.
Aw.
I look forward to hearing about your travels. Something tells me we must have a lot to catch up on.
Really? You were thinking of us too? What a coincidence!
Indeed. Or as I call it, the biryani factor.
Okay.
You really want me to say the rest? Okay. It's always rice to meet Stu again.
Oh,
Oh.
damn, you said it.
I win the bet Paimon time to pay up.
You like that one, huh? You must if you remember it after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of my razor-sharp wit.
Uh-huh.
All right. Here's your 500 Mora.
Thanks, Cyno. Feels good to hit the jackpot. Thanks, Paimon. Feels good to hit the jackpot.
You're exaggerating. It's only 500 Mora.
Only.
Hey, 500 Mora is still a lot of snacks to Paimon.
Hi,
All right.
Suki.
I'll treat you to some desserts later.
How do you
Anyway,
feel about your
I'm
collar?
actually investigating a case right now.
Ooh.
My mind is focused on work, which is why I didn't complete the joke at first.
A case? What happened?
Yeah, I wanna see
Nothing
you be
major.
focused, brother,
But
as you
after
hunt
finding
someone
out who was
down.
involved, I decided, on reflection, to handle this one
Am I
myself.
calling me?
Need any help? We only came here to hang
might
out, so we've
message
got the
Finn.
time.
I
You
don't
may
think
as
it
well
did.
take us with you, and then
Gosh
when you're done,
dang.
we can,
Such enthusiasm. Are you worried I'll forget about
Synth.
treating you to some sweets if you're not around to remind me?
What? No!
So
All
remember
right,
that
wasn't
my
really
phone.
that obvious.
I'm gonna
Obvious enough.
beat you. I'm
Still,
talking to my phone.
that's a fine idea.
Joking.
You are the
Notification.
heroes of Sumeru.
So
It
why
makes perfect sense to
is
work
this-
together. All right,
That's weird.
follow me.
Follow me. Ooh, not. Ooh, that's awkward. Not that post not being rendered. Awkward. She's so pretty. Anyway. Oh. Getting sucked into the storyline.
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk to about the case?
The old man and an adult NPC.
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamod sage.
Cyrus.
He taught both me and Lisa.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh.
Cyno's teacher is in trouble?
It's ridiculous.
And
I'm just
Lisa's
an old
teacher?
man who enjoys a spot of gardening, shopping, and wine. What sort of person targets an old retiree?
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Huh.
Ah, Cyno.
Interesting.
Now, what do
Cyno
we
doesn't have
here?
nipples.
Hold on, let me think.
In case anyone was
Flying fairy
wondering.
dressed in white? A youth who does not seem to hail from this land? My goodness.
How?
You must be the legendary traveler and
Like, you
Paimon.
wouldn't know that really until
I've
she,
heard
like,
all about
used
what
her
you've done for
elemental
Sumeru.
powers and be like, you don't have a vision.
Wow, looks like we're really famous.
I've told him about you before. You are my friends, after all.
Aw, good to meet you, sir. We are here to help
That's
Cyno.
right. Let me summarize the situation.
He's so pretty.
A couple of days ago, Professor Cyrus suddenly received a threat letter.
A threat letter?
A threat letter?
Exactly. Who sends a threat letter to an old man like me, for goodness sake?
This is the
I'm
letter
suspicious.
in question.
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public. Secondly, don't come looking
Not
for
you
me.
yelling
You'll
this out
never
into
find
a
me.
library
but I will
where everyone
always
can
be
hear
watching
you.
you and all of your secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the Matra, there will be consequences. Wow, they sure didn't mince their words.
Clearly, this person must be desperate for Mora.
10 million more. What a joke. I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond the tomatoes in my garden. Where do people think I'm hiding 10 million more, huh? In my tomatoes?
There were no witnesses, so currently the letter is all we've got. So, Traveler, Paimon, let's put our heads together.
Ready when you are, babe.
Paimon's ready too.
All right, take a look. Do you see anything suspicious?
The image. From Cyno's description, it sounds like the threat letter didn't come in an envelope. It was simply written on a crude piece of paper and left for Cyrus to find. Well, there's a lot of ways you can, like, it depends, like, the way that the paper is, you could sort of tell. Like, if it's a nice, like, a thick paper, you know it would come from someone who may have a bit more money, but granted, they are asking for money, so it would make sense if they weren't well off.
Yes.
So I think.
Some of the strokes are blurry.
So is there
Possibly. And I bet the paper has something to do with it.
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile, it's very coarse-grained. Almost as if it's made from some sort of plant matter.
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the academia. But the
What
ink
did I
is
tell
nothing
you?
special. Just regular black ink that gets a blue tinge when applied to paper.
So do we think the culprit has a connection with the academia or not? Wait, check this out. Looks like this part got wet at some point.
Agreed. The staining suggests it was a colored liquid, not plain water. It also looks like it was wiped off with a damp cloth.
A colored liquid. So, tea? Wine?
If it was a wine, probably be able to.
Looks
maybe
like we're
smell
thinking
it.
along similar lines.
Sorry, bro.
Let's go talk to
Your mom's
Arov.
on my lap.
There are some things I'll need
I
him
will
to take
fight you
care
off.
of.
So you can lay next to me, you just can't lay on my lap. Where to next, broski? Speed is key.
Arov.
You know,
Ah,
wait, I
there
can't
he
do it, I
is.
don't think, until the thing is set up. But I should be able to get Sumeru's
Mahamatra Cyno.
wings
Sir
for this
Cyrus.
next
Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon.
update.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Oh my god.
As such, I'm inclined to believe that the culprit in this case is a student at the
I
academia.
had really wanted to
Somebody young and strapped for cash.
start training
Oh,
at 6 or 7.
One
but
last thing.
things got in
I'd
the
start your
way.
investigation by taking a look at the
And I
cafes
knew
in the
the
city.
latest Psycho stream
Oh,
was
of course! You
'Cause
think the
I figured
culprit
this was
spilled
gonna
their
be a
coffee on the
2-hour stream.
ladder, huh?
They do look like coffee stains to me. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the letter is written on a type of scented
They do
paper that
need to
has
make food,
aromatics added during the
so-
manufacturing process.
I'm hoping
The
I
kind
can
often provided as writing material for customers in
maybe get out
cafes and taverns.
underneath 2 hours.
Ah, of course. Yes, like they sell in the gift shops. I remember now. Zaha Hadid bought some a while back. She said she was going to use it as wrapping paper for a vase.
Understood. I'll assemble a
Understood.
team to investigate the points of interest immediately.
You have my gratitude.
That's my skinny girl. Skinny legend.
One last thing. Send some Matra to guard the entrances and exits of Sumeru City. And change into plain clothes. Don't let them see you coming.
Will do.
Great thinking, Cyno. So, where do we think the culprit's at right now?
I thought that you'd go back to the cafe.
Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how Cyrus reacts.
You're right, Paimon.
Really? Which part?
The culprit's approach. Whatever happens, they need this Mora. But just because they warned Professor Cyrus not to go to the Matra, doesn't mean they know what he'll do next. So, like you said, they need to wait and see. And crucially, the culprit said they'd be watching the professor's every move.
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
Found you!
What are you
Dang,
doing?
Cyno?
You wrote the threat letter!
I don't know what you're talking about. What threat letter?
Of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arov. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be the culprit.
I was just listening in, that's all. You know something big's going down when Mahamatra Cyno shows up, right? So I got a little curious. What's the big deal?
You smiled when Arov left. I saw it as clear as day.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth. All to create the impression that the letter was written at a cafe. Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because you already live here. And as long as the Matra were focused on the cafes, you would be free from scrutiny. The cafe was a red herring all along. You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
You can't pin this on me! I haven't done anything!
Really? Then why are you shaking like a leaf? The innocent have no reason to
granted,
fear
if
the Matra. But you...
I had Cyno.
Your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching. You're a terrible liar.
I would never...
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price. Now come with me.
Oh, I love seeing the side of Cyno.
Well, that was over quickly. Cyno already caught the guy.
I think there's more to it.
You're telling me. 1 minute I go out for a quick smoke, the next minute I see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Cyno. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30. But after what he's done, I'm afraid he's ruined his whole future.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so fast.
The culprit's name is Uraka, a 16-year-old student in the Rataoist Darshan.
16?
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something.
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child. He's too young for the criminal life. What the devil drove him down this path?
Devil.
We questioned the culprit regarding his motives.
Interesting.
He,
Oh, just spit it out.
I mean,
Nothing
you say
can
I'm thinking
surprise
too
me at
much
this point.
into it, but like I find that
Very
fascinating
well.
because in this world
It's
there's
our understanding that Araka is
hell.
a mediocre student
So
who has been
essentially there shouldn't
underperforming in his
be
classes.
a devil.
He started taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of mora. Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink
And
and
that's like
overheard
the one
some
thing I have
people
to be
chatting
aware of
about
when
Sir
I-
Cyrus's comfortable
whenever I
retirement.
write, because like
They mentioned that
I
he's always
can't
arguing about his
state in
tomato
my
plants
writing
with
that
some old
someone
woman on
is
the
making
street.
a French braid in a fantasy
Some
world
old
because
woman on the
France doesn't
street?
exist.
Goodness gracious. Has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Kasharwar's very own professor, Zaha Hadi. How can he not know who Zaha Hadi is?
Is this going somewhere?
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. And what are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Maybe it's more the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first place.
Araka mentioned he'd heard a rumor, alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from the desert before retiring, and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the academia.
Interesting.
Araka believes this money to be the reason why Sir Cyrus hasn't kept up with any academic research or other projects since his retirement. And given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
Oh, Araka. I'm at a loss for words.
You know, when people
I'm
go
so
into
angry I don't know where
retirement-
to start.
People make up rumors all the time. I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a mora
wonder-
in his life.
If that's actually
Arav,
true, though.
You'll have to find some excuse to interrogate Araka again later. I need you to deliver a few firm fistfuls to him on my behalf.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus, but I'm afraid that course of action goes against the Matra's principles.
Professor, there's no need to be childish about this.
Oh, come on. I was clearly joking.
Okay. Where does this go from here?
The academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action against the student. And as for the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's obsession with tomatoes and some old woman on the street, there could be a slander case here.
That
The Matcha will continue to
The
investigate.
cat.
Who
she
said
was cleaning
I'm
my
obsessed
wrist.
with some old woman on the street? Mind your wording or you'll start a whole new rumor. You seem confused. Oh, don't you understand? Uraka is just a young boy who made a very rash and very stupid decision based on some groundless rumor he heard. Besides, I didn't actually
Homegirl
hand
likes to
over
lick
any
my hand
Mora to him.
sometimes,
The whole
and
thing sounds a lot
she
worse
got
than it
to my
is.
wrist.
All it costs me is a little
What is that?
reputational
Is that a
damage.
little- Nope,
That's all.
You're good. I don't need to
Please
pick up
rest
that.
assured, Professor, that the Academia will issue a fair and reasonable punishment.
Yes, I have no doubt about that.
You're so cute, Miss Loki.
But as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation with the boy's parents. Their family lives in the city, yes?
Correct.
We looked into the family.
Sorry, I just
Both parents are
remembered
merchants, and they're often away
doing
on business.
quite a few things tomorrow.
They've never taken much of an active role
On
in
my
their
off
children's
day.
lives.
Oh, what a mess.
After doing things on my last off day
You don't
as
have to
well.
seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible.
And I'm
I
debating,
need something
I'm like, I don't
concrete
know
for when I talk to the family tonight. We have to show them how
if
serious this
Lindsay
situation
will be
is.
wanting.
The
that's my
relevant
sister-in-law,
authorities have
if
already
she'll be
reviewed
wanting
the
to
evidence and are now discussing
go
Araka's
swimming
punishment.
on Thursday, but if that's the case,
You
that means
can
I'm
hold
doing
on
things
to the
on
letter for now.
Thursday.
Just make
And
sure to
then my
return
next
it within a
off day
couple
would
of
be
days.
Saturday. At least on Saturday, I'll be able
So you'll
to
be
rot.
able to
I just
close the
wanna
case in
rot.
2 days.
Give or take. Cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all your help. Perhaps we can all go for a meal together. Oh, my treat, of course.
I'm
My
suspicious
apologies,
of him.
Sir Cyrus, but I have a prior commitment. Enjoy the meal, everyone.
'Cause sometimes rumors are based on
I
a
see.
little bit of fact.
Well, that's a pity. But
So I
Cyno,
think
you
he
have to
is
come. You found the culprit
seeing
at
an
record
older
speed, and I
woman.
owe you for that. Ah, and isn't Tainari in town at the moment? Bring him along, too.
Not him.
Wait, you mean Tainari's in the city?
Not him
He
saying,
is.
"Bring your boyfriend."
Tainari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the Academia to help out on a project. They should be at Nephis's office at this hour. Though I must say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tainari. Did you do something to offend Sir Nephis?
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. It's never the other way around. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tainari. I'll head over to the tavern with the Traveler and Paimon. See you there. Go on now. Don't keep us waiting.
All right. I love her jingles. I did darken the game a little because I hear that apparently that makes things look better. I think they look more crisp. I don't know. I can't really see a difference. Oh, this is where we're eating. Okay, okay. Isn't she pretty? Love her. Tanori!
Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa Hiss back when I was still teaching. And if you don't want to take my word
Really
for it,
gripping my
you
finger
can
there.
ask them.
Least 4 days a week back
my
then, thanks to a
vegetarian
colossal workload from Master.
chicken
It
patty.
wrought havoc on my poor tail, so I didn't exactly keep up to date with what was going on at the Academia. Most of what I know, I heard from Cyno after the fact.
And
Professor's
and we're
become a
good-
lot more laid back in his retirement.
'cause I don't know
He
what
used
type
to be
of-
far
well, I do
stricter,
have-
and was especially known for being
Swiss?
extremely principled.
I have Swiss or
Wow.
provolone cheese.
It's hard enough to stay true to your principles as a
So I
normal
think that's what I'm
person.
gonna do.
I can't
Do
imagine
some
doing that as a
avocado
sage.
slices
It's a pity Kale
Why'd you
wasn't
call it
around
off?
at the time. I would have happily taken her on as a student.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper-class woman.
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa? She seems to prefer it when people treat her like an older sister.
Oh, believe me, back when she was a student, nothing made her happier than the younger students acknowledging her seniority.
I can 100% see that.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
Oh, don't worry about it. Order whatever you like. And if it's not enough, order some more. After all your help today, treating you to dinner is the least I can do.
I thought I heard some familiar voices. Ah, and Sir Cyrus is here as well.
Oh, Kaveh, it's been a while. Zahahadi was talking about you last month. How have you been?
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking very well, sir.
Not him
I'm
collecting
glad
all
to
the
see it.
games.
Have you eaten yet? Care to join us?
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet. I'll have dinner a little bit later tonight. I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say hello. So what's the occasion, anyway? Some sort of celebration?
Consolation, more like. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
Sounds like things have really gone downhill since I was there. My whole time as a student, I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
I can't believe how young the guy is. What are his parents going to think?
Young people are always more susceptible to making rash and ill-advised decisions. Their minds are still developing. It's just
Kave's
an
so
unfortunate
fucking
fact
pretty.
of life. But still, this boy has some nerve. Just look at what he wrote. Oh, it makes my blood boil.
Wow,
Makes
yeah.
my blood boil.
Jeez.
I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. And then he just followed you into the house of Dana?
If this were my son, he'd get the scolding of a lifetime. Oh.
He's still on about it,
Luckily,
which
I'm
makes me
also
suspicious.
an extremely principled person.
Kaveh! Your order's ready, sir!
Coming. I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone. I'll catch you all another time.
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
My package is on the way. What package? Sorry.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before the food gets cold.
Oh, okay. Manga and a Danmei novel are coming in. So I don't know if I should be collecting paperback Danmeis if they're gonna end up becoming hardcovers. Because they're making the Heavenly Principles, I think, or either the Grandmaster of Demonic, whatever.
Oh, too tasty.
Demonic Cultivate. I
Paimon's
can't.
belly is about to explode.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's an
mine
interesting
too.
image.
I'll have to
You know
walk
what I
home to
got the
burn
other
some of it
day?
off.
I went to this
Thanks
festival.
for dinner, Sir Cyrus.
And they had a
Master Tighnari and I will bring you
paranormal
some
like
homemade
store
herbal tea
in the
next
town,
time. It'll do wonders for your sleep.
and
Well, I look forward to
they
that.
had tarot decks. Guess
In fact,
what? They had a
could I
Genshin
trouble you to
Impact
bring a
tarot
little
deck.
extra for the other old folks on my
Granted,
street?
I wouldn't personally use it for tarot readings. Thank you for treating us.
Ah,
But
see you all later. I better head
I will,
home now
like,
and tend to the crops.
look at it lovingly.
Good night,
and
Professor.
Use it in
Don't let those
photos.
tomatoes keep you up too late.
Hey, my tomatoes are serious business. I am not about to be beaten by Zahahadi. Anyway, I'll be leaving
It's a
now.
nice name. I like it.
Don't stay up too late now, children. I bid you all a good night.
Zahahadi.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
All right. Now, we finally have some us time.
What do you mean, us time?
Let's all hasten.
I was talking with Tighnari
Why is
and
that man
Kale,
looking at us?
and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together. Think of it as our way of welcoming you back to Sumeru.
Are we having a cute little...
Camping? Ooh,
summer
that sounds
camping
fun.
moment.
I'm in!
Yeah, that sounds really nice. Time to show off my tent pinching
Wait,
skill.
no,
Pinching.
that's my job.
Pinching.
Don't take it away from me. Why don't you and Paimon help out Master or Cyno? You don't have to play the hero when you're out with us. This is your chance to just, you know, laze around and switch off for a bit.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of
Are we
Gandharvaville.
actually going camping?
No need to bring anything.
I feel like
We've
this would
already
be more
packed
of a, like, a
everything for the
summer
trip.
event than a
Just bring your
character
delightful
event.
selves and prepare
Like
to
I
have
said,
some
I
fun.
think there's something
got it. We'll be
fishy
there.
about that teacher.
Great. Then we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm ready. But what's up with you, dog? Tavern host just eyeballing us the whole entire time? Oh, what's gonna happen? Loki? Loki. Stop it. He was laying there. Anyway. And of course we got Mr. Tainari because he didn't want us getting Cyno. How dare you? It looks like a falling star. It's so pretty here. Like, look at that Milky Way. Ugh. I'm obsessed with Genshin's. Like, I'm just obsessed with Genshin. I am excited though to play Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves. Dang, since I got that done, let me come over here real quick. Ooh, itching my eyeball. Not my actual
Ad
eyeball,
Astra Abyssal. Thank you for complete.
but... Yeah, thank you. Okay, we're gonna... Real quick. I didn't know it had already reset. Just real quick, we're gonna do one of these. We're gonna match. Because your girl doesn't do these by herself. Oh no. Someone match with me. Maybe we should do a more popular one.
Mind the side effects.
There is no escape.
Damn, they fucking picked ours all out so fucking fast. Give me a goddamn second. Oh no, switch. Oh.
A shield is not an...
Okay, why did you, girl?
Afraid? Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid? Is it my turn now? Stop for a swirl! Is it my turn now? This is cut now!
Oh, a lot of things are happening.
Cut to the chase.
Now that's more like it.
I remember the other day when I was like going up against her, and you know, obviously there's another Arlecchino in our party, and I started trying to like fight the teammate Arlecchino, and I was so confused.
Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
Spare your energy. Running is a
See, like I just did right there. I thought that was game on, you know.
Have a taste of purgatory.
Incoming.
Is it my turn now?
So rude. Speed of light.
Is it my turn now?
Take flight. Incoming. To the tape.
Overruled.
Break the ice.
Everlasting as the moon. With these rising flames. Is it my turn now?
My apologies.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Speed of light.
Okay.
Kindness has been seared away. My blade is all that remains.
That did not get close enough.
Coming touch.
Overruled.
Speed of light. To the chase. My
Let's see how strong your resolve truly is.
With sword from shadow. Ruin spell. Don't blink. Impress the
I hear children.
Whoa. What the
Only
fuck
the beginning.
is that? What is that?
To the chase.
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. Has been extinguished.
Follow me. Take flight. My apologies.
Okay. Interesting. Now we're going to depart because I just wanted to do that real quick so I can get rid of my resin. Caught. Peace and out, Mute team. Thank you. Alright, we're going back into the storyline. Sorry about the little side quest. Alright. Right, where to? Where to? I don't know. Excuse me, my mouth made it. Well, not my mouth, my throat. Bitch, where am I going? Like, am I going into the desert? Hold on, we're just, okay, I'm gonna go here real quick. Oh, I still have to wait, goddamn. Hope it's around that time. No? Yeah? No? It did say 14, or am I wrong? Oh, next day, really? Babes. Ugh. Ew, brother, ew. Oh. I love how they're going off military time. Ooh, brother, ooh. So I wonder, because this is another thing I have to keep a track with my storyline. Like,
Time
okay.
to set off. Let's head to the southeast of Gandharvaville and meet up with the others.
So they say the skies are fat or fake, so it's assumed that before the skies is
I will always seek
the
to
ground
protect the things that are most important, no matter what it takes,
and
even when it looks futile.
other side. Ooh, what are you? No, nah. We're gonna mark it. I'm gonna mark it. Let's go with that. Okay. And so, I'm like just wondering, like, the time. Do they have to take their time back, or like, do their time, the days shorten and get longer at like
Out of the
hours?
game. You set up the tents
Like,
already.
what is the solar system like for this world?
I'd say we're right about on schedule, actually.
And
We
you
were
could be
aiming to
saying
have
that's
them
too
set
much to
up
think
before
about,
you
but, like,
arrived.
When I write my fantasy novels, like, I have to think about that. I have to also think about the science part. Like,
Traveler,
in my
Paimon,
current
let's
one,
go fishing
I have
together.
dragons.
Whatever we
And my
catch, we can grill
dragons
for dinner
are
tonight.
huge, or pretty big.
You
They're
got
the
it.
size of
Dinner's on us
buildings,
tonight.
like very large buildings. Technically, they can be the size of
I
a
hope I can contribute too.
skyscraper.
The other forest watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago. I'm really looking forward to giving them a try.
But because of this, I'm like, I obviously have multiple. There's the draconic.
I saw some very
continent,
appetizing mushrooms in
which
the
has
area,
the dragons,
so I
the
gathered a
wyverns,
few for us.
The
I'll leave them
Chinese,
here along with
Asian
some
dragons,
fresh fruit.
which I still have to figure out the
keeping
name
with
for
the
them because I
forest
can't
watcher
call
is the
them
way to
Asian
go.
dragons or Chinese
They think
dragons.
of everything, and even if they don't, they can improvise.
It's a
This
dilemma.
is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
Drakes
So,
and all that jazz.
How has everything been going for
But
you?
because they're so huge,
Well,
like,
there's been some
I
high
need
points
their
and low
continent
points,
to be
but we've had
big
some
as
unforgettable
well
experiences
to
along the
withhold
way.
all of these dragons. So then
I
I'm like,
see.
that means my planet needs to be big.
Oh, in that case, you should
That
try a
means
valberry.
Most likely,
I bought some
think
from the
they're gonna
market
have, like,
this
longer
morning.
days.
A valuable suggestion.
Okay.
Just don't bury your feelings using food.
Anyways, interesting.
All I wanted was to recommend
To think
something
about.
bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some
I
stuff.
wanna
Bye.
make some peach tea. I need to learn how to make sweet peach tea.
She sure made a run for it.
She made a run for it.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
So Kale chose the path of tactical retreat. Could it be she foresaw what shall soon come to pass? My dear...
It's Jenna's invocation time.
Excellent! A kindred spirit. A great warrior can sense when a duel is nigh. But it looks like we'll get told off if we start playing now. Let's enjoy the nature for a while longer.
Simple syrup babes. I'm not gonna do artificial peach flavoring. Birds chirping always away. The soothing sound of running water. This is nice. No agenda. Just relax and enjoy myself. For now, I need to wrap my hair up. Did we? Oh.
I'll reel it in.
Ow, ow, ow.
Firewood, spices, snacks, and drinks. Everything's ready. Once Kale gets back, we can light up the fire and start grilling.
It's like, how long is she gonna stay away? This is relaxing. I mean, this is just so nice to go camping with friends.
There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
How about the one on the left?
Whatever Paimon says. So what you're saying, there's 3 tents. Me and Paimon get one. Kale gets one. Cyno and Tanari gets one.
Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water. If there are any sleepwalking fungi around tonight, they might stumble into your tent.
Well, that's no good. Take my weapon. You can use it to bar the entrance.
Anyone would think you were sealing the gates to King Deshret's mausoleum.
Excellent. Then this tent will be an impenetrable fortress.
Oh, he's looking out for
I'm back!
his
How's your
wife.
appetites? Ready for the barbecue? Always.
Oh, I love the atmosphere. Our little simple
Oh,
story
it smells
quest.
so good. Paimon's drooling.
Drooling.
Someone sure is desperate to eat. I think it's time to add the seasoning. How do you like your skewers? Well done? Medium? Rare?
Medium rare.
What? Isn't that just for steaks?
Oh.
Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
Well, I'm gonna dig in. I'm a medium rare girly. Everyone will stand the delicious food.
Oh, that was so delicious. If Paimon's stomach had space, she'd eat 3 more skewers.
I ate a lot too. Here comes the food coma.
If you're tired, then go rest.
You must be getting sleepy too, Paimon. Why don't you guys head to your tents? Cyno and I will clean up.
Tonight, I show you mercy. Our sacred duel will take place another day.
Invocation.
Good night.
Kale's like, I'm wiped.
Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
Same broski. Fucking
Oh,
that
don't
nap.
forget this.
What?
The staff of the Scarlet Sands.
Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot of that.
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
It's a very powerful weapon. Try it.
Please?
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Fair enough. You sure you don't want it?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
Let's not forget I have my own trusty sword, a divine artifact slayer of countless vile monsters.
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations.
With our... what type of sword
I'll
is it
tell you
called?
about it tomorrow.
A rusted sword? I don't know.
But right now,
it's not that
it's time to
impressive.
rest. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
I wonder if, like, towards the end, before everything comes to a conclusion, our character will end up with its own sword through a main story quest that we automatically get. So it's put in cutscene. This camping trip has really relaxed me. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. Like, I know we had our sword, like this fancy sword, in the very beginning. But, like, obviously we don't have it because we were...
I think they should all be here. Traveler? Paimon? Are you in there?
Stop it.
Could you
Stop
come outside
it.
for a sec?
Look at this.
Not the new set of boyfriends coming in.
What the? What's this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep out intruders?
That is so cute.
Evidently.
Huh? Who is it? Oh, what time do you call this?
Those voices I recognize.
Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah!
I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, hey them, Kave! What are you doing here? It's the middle of the
Huh? Why'd they come all the way out here?
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the night, but we've got a situation on our hands.
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside.
In the middle of the goddamn... Ooh, I'd be so pissed. I'm like disturbing my goddamn sleep.
Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus and Cyno, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
Okay.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Where'd the wine cups go? I could have sworn I left them here after I washed them. Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Oh, the boyfriend.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
They are. And so are the fruits.
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles of what Cyno's group was drinking last night.
Do tell. What were they drinking?
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening when I went to the tavern to pick up some things. He was hosting a dinner for Cyno, Tighnari, Kale, and the Traveler and Paimon. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table.
Oh, I need to take
At
my
least
hair down.
I think that's what it
Starting
was.
to hurt.
It looked pretty good.
Sounds like they're all tangled up in this.
You know what it's about, right? 16-year-old kid tried to extort Cyrus. He was asking for 10 million mora.
I heard some people talking about it on the streets, yes. Didn't take them long to catch the culprit. The sages are probably dealing with the case by now.
I wonder what Sir Nephis and the others will make of it. Oh, Cyrus showed me the extortion letter, too. It was crudely written, but the paper had this beautiful pattern on it that I've never seen before. It really caught my eye. Give me a sec. I'll sketch it out for you.
Oh, the pattern on the thing.
Okay, done. Take a look. You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this around before. God knows where the culprit got it from.
Interesting. These are all motifs associated with the tribes of the desert.
What? Really?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire, similar to the kind found on some ancient palaces. And the crisscrossing and mirroring here, I recognize that too. It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient emblem, one that hasn't been used in a very long time.
Whose emblem is it?
It's the emblem of the Temple of Silence.
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right, so we went looking for you. This was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tighnari, so Gandharvaville was our first stop. But the Forest Watchers told us that you'd gone camping. Then, just as we were heading off to the campsite, we ran into Cyno. He said he was on a supply run. We exchanged a few words, and then he ran off.
Hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about? The Temple of Silence, you said? What is that? Should we be worried?
Is everything okay? Give me a second. Let me get Kale.
Oh, not your boyfriend, Cyno?
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? Well, to put it simply, it's an organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000 years. These days, You can find a Temple of Silence office in the Academia.
Have a wide
Theoretically,
ribcage.
it's responsible for the custody and disposal of information and documents not fit for public dissemination.
Or a large
At
ribcage,
least,
I don't know.
that's what they tell the outside world. In truth, it's essentially a vestigial institution nowadays. There's an
Here's
office
all
with
my
their name
laptops,
on it,
Romeo.
but it's functionally obsolete. Historically
Functionally
speaking,
obsolete.
the original Temple of Silence is said to have been established by Hermanubis, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret and the greatest of all sages. Most of the organization's members hailed from the desert. By contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current members are from the desert region, nor do they use any symbols connected with the desert folk.
So the Temple of Silence at the Academia is just a fake? Wow.
It's possible. The real question is, why? My guess is they're covering something up.
So, how do you know all this? Sounds like some pretty top secret stuff.
Did you forget? He did a stint as acting Grand Sage, and kept the pay raise even after he resigned.
Oh, yeah! Paimon did totally forget about that. So you took the chance to read all the top secret documents while you were acting Grand Sage, huh?
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself with the documentation in my office, I would respond that that's a perfectly normal part of any job.
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the Steen, and doesn't have any family ties to the desert? So where could he have seen that emblem, or gotten the paper?
You said you ran into Cyno, yes? Did you tell him what you've just told us?
Yep. He ran off as soon as he heard what we said.
Given that Cyrus is involved, he's probably halfway through solving the case by now. Still, we should try to catch up with him. At this hour of the night, Cyno will probably go looking for Cyrus at his current residence.
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, the sudden appearance of this emblem can't be good. It's sure to stir up trouble. We should pay a visit to the Academia.
Yes. As the Sage of Amorta, my master ought to know the truth about their office. You can ask him to tell you what he knows. The more information we have, the better prepared we'll be for whatever happens there.
So I
If this
just looked up the story
situation is
quest to see
connected
how
to the
long it was
real
gonna
Temple
be,
of Silence,
and I found out.
the
I don't
emblem
think
has
I'm
to be
gonna
part of a
getting this
bigger
done under 2
conspiracy.
hours.
Kale, could I trouble you to send a message to the Core of 30? Tell them to keep an eye out for Cyno and Cyrus.
Oh,
Traveler, Paimon, you two
people
come
at
with
the
me.
village.
We'll go after Cyno.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We go after
Cyrus has
Cyno,
been
just-
living in the city lately. He rented a place near the field so we can keep an eye on his tomato plants.
I wish
Yeah,
I-
let's go look for him there.
Alright. Let's do that.
Here we are. This is the place.
Huh, we might be too late. Looks like nobody's home. Oh, Cyno moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
Oh, yeah.
I know that voice.
Zaha
Is that
Hadi?
Tainari I hear?
Ah! Professor Zaha Hadid!
Wow, so it really is you.
So she
My
looks older
goodness,
than the
whatever
other
is going
professor.
on tonight?
We're looking for Cyno. So, he's already been here.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. So we went to his place, and would you believe it? He's gone. Goodness knows where to. It must have alarmed Cyno, because he took off in an awful hurry after that. He never did explain what this was all about. How serious is it?
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home... Oh, it sure doesn't sound good.
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why,
had water.
yes. When I left the house that day, I noticed he was watering his flowers in the field in complete silence. He had a piece of paper clutched in his hand, and he looked lost in thought. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. If Cyno hadn't happened to visit him that day, he'd probably still be holding on to that thing. After seeing the letter, Cyno told him to contact the Corps of 30, but Cyrus was very reluctant. He claimed it would only damage his reputation. Eventually, he relented, after much persuasion from Cyno.
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it? Well, that's strange. When we saw him, he seemed pretty okay with the idea of the kid getting his just desserts.
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia. That's why Cyno was so insistent that he report the matter to the authorities. I was there while they were going back and forth over it.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public. But why?
He only reported it because Cyno forced him to, which means Cyrus must know something about the Temple of Silence.
Oh, dear. What on earth has that old fool gotten himself wrapped up in? Oh, I do hope he's not in danger. Oh, I almost forgot. Cyno left me this letter to pass on to you. He wrote it when he came by earlier. He realized you might come looking for him.
Thank you.
What does it say? Let Paimon take a look.
My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand, except that I had to act alone at the stage. Don't come after me. Okay, bitch.
My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I had to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me.
Yep, that sounds like Cyno. Thank you, Professor. Please do not worry. We will do all we can to protect both Cyno and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, let's head to the Academia and regroup.
Fine. $17. Huh. Go get that doggo. If only you could pet them. I don't think we're meant to be up here. Oh yeah, because it's down there, isn't it? No? Yeah? No? Yeah. I'm so confused. Where am I going? Can I just teleport there? Are you kidding me? Okay. I don't think I've been in this part. Do I have to start fighting? We're switching characters. Only. Anyway. Okay, so we are going to replace. I don't know who we're replacing you with. But we're replacing you with.
What is the situation?
Mommy dearest. Daddy dearest.
What shall we do?
Oh. Why is my mouth watery? Yeah. Switch. Yeah, switch. Who is switching you to?
All right, let's head off.
see. Oh, so I only have him at 11. You know what? I'll just keep him. See what happens. See what that gets me.
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail.
We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there. Cyno got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived.
He didn't say where he was going?
No, he left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Cyno. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Ooh.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry, but the similarities in the general form and certain details were clear enough to confirm a match.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at all. It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert. According to Uraka, he had a striking presence and was well educated.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for business, as part of a merchant caravan. Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter.
I see. So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
So, how do we find this guy? Did Uraka say where he is?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Core of 30 and review the city's entry and exit records. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia, but as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago. Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihoods. At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The Academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge. And so, they set up a dummy organization of their own to conceal the truth.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years!
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Cyno. Probably why he went after him in such a rush.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities. He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Cyno had other plans.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, that is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea, with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have
Isn't
news
this
from
when
the
we get
Core of
introduced to
30.
the new character?
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master? Oh,
It's a pleasure to meet you, traveler.
What the fuck?
Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Cyno leaving the city at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Rebot. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Corps of 30 in this case. However, as I'm sure you've already heard from Alhaitham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought. I think we need to keep a low profile, or risk making things worse.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side... Everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Cyno back safely. We cannot afford to lose them.
Need our help? Whatever you need, we got you covered.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from
I'm gonna get
Uraka.
myself some water.
Kaveh, Scribe Alhaitham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana.
Hi, Miss Aylin.
Tainari, you are planning to go into the desert, correct?
Alright,
I
gonna
am.
get myself some water.
Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Alhaitham.
Well,
Way my
if you're
feet
sure.
hurt after working.
Okay. But be careful.
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can catch up with Cyno before it's too late.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already. But we still have a shot. Let's take it.
I'm so sorry. Give me a second. I'm getting water. Your girl's thirsty. Alright, I'm coming back. As I said, I had to get water.
Whether it takes me uphill, downhill, or out to the sticks, I get the goods from A to B. I'll even take them across the sea if needed. So don't worry, you're in safe hands. They don't call me the gold standard guard for nothing.
Right. Hi, Miss Aylin. Oh, you licked my foot. That was a weird sensation. What are you doing, Miss Girly? Are you looking cute? Are you being a cutie patootie?
Okay, we made it to Caravan Rebot. Where should we go next? Maybe we should ask the nearby guards if they've seen anything.
Hold on. Look over there.
Is that Dia?
Dia!
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but still.
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
Oh,
Cyno.
And Cyno.
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
Takes a special kind of person to get Cyno chasing them all the way out to Caravan Rebot. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well. Glad to see it. Candace and I came to Caravan Rebot on business. We ran into Cyno as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Cyno, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case, but let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own. It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his tracks.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route took him past our village. You may as well ask if anyone there has seen him.
My thanks to you both. Once this is resolved, I will find a way to repay you.
Ah, come on. No need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right, so, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help. I don't take it for granted.
All right, then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
You can depend on us. Just ASMR voice. Oh my god, they're so pretty. Wow. Oh hell. Let's go. It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Speed Tour, Speed
Hold on.
Tour.
There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite, we had a longer talk.
Okay.
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question. It doesn't surprise me at all that the one in the academia is a fake.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
I do. I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power?
No?
Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence. Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, I met the professor, and he brought me to Sumeru City. But my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion. I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for Kaveh, and for Alhaitham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it. Oh, maybe his connection to the Temple of Silence goes even deeper than yours.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he avoids going into any depth.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize, don't you, now that we've caught up with you, you're stuck with us for the rest of the way.
I am aware. And I have accepted it. Or rather, I don't see how I could manage to ditch you en route. So, I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not. So the best option
Yeah,
now is to
broski.
try to look out for each other. Ha!
At least let me buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Hello.
Mahamatra Cyno?
I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aru Village.
A man matching that description passed by Aru Village not too long ago. He stopped by to load up on food and water and feed his sumpter beast. Then he was on his way.
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. He said he was headed somewhere near an oasis, but he didn't mention which one. Do you have a map? I can mark out the direction he was heading and the best routes to any nearby oases.
I have one. Mark away.
Great. There you go.
Thank you so much. You were a great help.
You've got a really good memory.
Ah, you're quite welcome. Just doing my job. Best of luck. I hope you find him soon.
Okay, we haven't been fighting yet. Okay. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Oh, for a second I was like, what is that thing? It's the fucking octopus. Interesting. Are they timed? No, they're not timed. What the fuck?
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Oh, they are timed. Come on, run, 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 run. Stop it! Oh. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna walk away. Oh, there's 4. Okay, I won't have that anyway. Cause we gotta focus, brothers. Stay focused, brother. You must stay focused. Are we gonna die? We'll know after the cutscene. Wonder how
Hold on.
Tynari's doing.
I see some people over there.
Do you think it's safe to ask them what they know?
Should be. I'll go.
No. I'll do it.
Okay. You and your furry little self go do
Why
that.
can't Cyno go talk to them? What difference does it make?
People are scared of Cyno.
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here. Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral party handle things.
Ah, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts.
Him.
Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
Doesn't the voice actor of Cyno also voice act
a
him?
missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
He's like, stop.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too. Hey! Aren't you Cyno, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
Wait.
It wouldn't be the first time.
So he's having a
You're
conversation
the one
with
looking
himself.
for the old man who's gone missing.
Wait,
Aren't
hold
you?
on.
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you? No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought you were a group
pretty
of
sure,
merchants.
Doesn't he also voice
Seems I was mistaken.
Your henchmen don't look like much. But something tells me they put up a better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey! Hear that, guys? You're my henchman now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
All right. Come with me. All of you.
Where are you taking us?
Don't you want to find your friend? A silver-haired, long-robed, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like...
Oh, he's running. Okay. Babes, come back. So...
And here.
I know he's being released next thing.
Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
Please, step back.
King Deshret's technology?
Wait, so... Hold on, who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially
Yo.
not hidden right next to an oasis.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, a civilization being next to water source.
I'm scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Raka met in the tavern?
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
so pretty. I really do love the desert map. Those books? They are. Is this like the Library of
All right.
Alexandria?
You can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence. Sit tight until he comes to greet you.
Uh-huh.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended?
No, sounds like a trap.
Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
They can't have been at the Oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
Wondering if he's the leader.
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here?
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Please at least tell us what to call you.
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself.
Uh-huh.
My name is Sethos.
Sethos, okay.
I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So we're free to explore by ourselves?
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've
They're not the
misunderstood,
same voice actor, okay.
you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right. Well, if we've got some time, we might as well take a look around.
And I can't get in there? Interesting. You're an interesting character.
Hey, Sethos! Have you got some time to chat?
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? I don't blame you. Anyone else would.
So you get a lot of people
Not
asking
often.
questions.
The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors.
You were the one who tricked Uraka, right?
Yes, that was me. Although, tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern about ways to make some easy money. He insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law. So, I told him that Cyrus had embezzled a large sum of mora from the desert.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true. Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret that was. Of course, Uraka was a great accomplice, really. Very cooperative with a little bit of wine in him. Did exactly what he was told. And not much of an original thinker, though. It doesn't surprise me that he struggles academically.
But he's 16
Why
years
did
old.
Cyrus leave for the desert as
In
soon
the
as he received
academia.
the letter?
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. Certain things I can't answer for him. I'm neither judging nor defending him. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem. And it was his own choice to take the bait.
Do you know Cyno?
What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra.
No,
Everyone in
you-
Sumeru knows who
You
he
looked
is.
a little different when
Right,
you made
but
eye
back at
contact.
the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen this guy not being straight with us?
That his earrings are on his
Come
hair?
on. We've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have nothing left to look forward to. Nope.
Really?
I have no need to go there. Not when the taverns are full of the Urakas of this world. Besides, we're well aware of what goes on at that place. Spies? It's not as clandestine as that. The city gates are wide open. Anyone's free to walk in. You can find out all you need to know.
Strange man.
I never imagined that the true Temple of Silence would be hidden somewhere like this. We've passed through these parts before, but never noticed
So
anything.
yeah, Sethos, I really
That's
want to
King
get
Deshret's
Sethos.
technology
I am
for
gonna
you,
do
I
one
guess.
pull
It
with this new
borders on the
update, so- 'cause
miraculous.
they say his drop rate's like,
Amazing to
really
think that
down.
it's been preserved
Hopefully I can
intact
get
all
him.
this time.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point, we can be confident that the professor is safe and sound. So that's something.
Sure about that? Are you sure about that? Oh, my mouse
here
made
he
that
is.
weird noise again. Alright. Interesting. Very interesting. Oof, look at all those books. I hope they're being taken care of, though. I mean, upside,
Grandfather,
as far as I'm aware,
the person you
the
wish to
desert
see is
isn't
here.
humid.
Well done, Sethos. Greetings, one and all. I am Ba Moon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Ah!
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you distress. But you must understand, Cyrus is of great importance to us. We had to find a way to bring him back to us. Cyrus owes me his life, and to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude. I let him go a long time ago, but now, the time has come to demand payment. I wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Cyno. This is a matter between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning. You only left in such a hurry to try and throw us off your trail.
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do, you shouldn't have come. That alone brought the others.
Cyno didn't make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you. We'd appreciate you telling us the truth. Otherwise, it seems a little unfair on everyone who had to stay behind.
My secrets are secret for good reason. Bringing them to light can only lead to misfortune.
Okay.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own children. You recognized our emblem because for many years you lived among us. Indeed, you all but became one of us. You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. Your own guilt convicted you.
Cyno mentioned that he was
For you,
originally...
Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us,
I wonder if he
and joined us in our
stole
mission to
Cyno.
revive the might of Hermanubis, to bring new hope, new opportunity. But then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the
steal
wielder of
Cyno.
his power. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe. You really know how to hold a grudge.
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his power?
Does he mean you?
Professor, anything to say?
The moon is right. I came here once before. They rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited me to come here and revive the might of Hermanubis together. It was a great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence had been bereft of Hermanubis for too long. The strength of its faith and its warriors were waning. Bamoon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels. If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel.
Has one of those shards.
Many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson. One other child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small fortune. These two children were our only hope for hosting Hermanubis' power.
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis. As remnants of his raw power, they were exceedingly rare treasures. The test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony, and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, this power did not repel them, this would mean that they were suitable vessels. The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went quite smoothly for both candidates. As the 2nd stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. Or alternatively, we could implant each fragment in a different vessel at the same time and compare their effects. But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew that if they were not implanted right away, they would disintegrate and be gone from the world for good. Our 2 vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question. To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since. I have always wanted to see you, Cyno. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a devastating blow. We've been in decline ever since you left.
I paid his
So
family.
that's how I gained my power.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. If you want to take my life, then so be it.
Fucking child from his
You're
family.
an old man now, anyway. But you cannot
And
lift a
experimented
finger
on
against
him.
Cyno. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as a declaration of war against the Academia.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Cyno, but you've met us all before. You were so young then, when we all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord. You and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
Okay, this is giving cult vibes.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
Okay, bitch.
That power is not yours to reclaim. Cyno was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
You are wrong. Cyno was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own. The Temple of Silence is an innocent party.
It's an innocent
It is
party.
because
You
of
are
my
the
foolishness
leader.
all those years ago that the
And they
Temple's glory
stood by
has
and watched you
waned.
do it. No.
And now I must take responsibility for the decision I made back then.
The decision that
So
you
what you're saying
made by
is
taking a child
the
away
power
from his
of
family?
one Ba fragment is not enough? You're asking me to return the one in my possession, so it can be implanted in him instead?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear. And you're...
I'm getting pissed off.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea. However...
No, don't however...
Don't listen to him, Cyno. That power
Hello?
is no more yours
Anime
to
RCP?
give than it is his to take. You have to understand.
Long time no see.
I know. But if this
Indeed
is a
it has.
question of your freedom versus a
Bitch, do
fragment
not
of
do it.
power, then there is nothing to debate.
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing. Say that
Tenari's like,
Cyno
"Actually-"
refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then, we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close
Is
to
it
your
been out?
chest.
No, not yet.
Well, my stance is, put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid.
What the fuck? You just
Fate
noticed the guy with
smiles
the
upon
ears?
us after all. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we'll...
Okay. We are in a cult. We need to leave.
Why is he coughing so much? He looks like he's in really bad shape.
Yeah, like, I know. Baimon's condition is critical. He must have been forcing himself to act strong. His eyesight must be failing him too, otherwise he would have noticed Tainari's ears right away.
Moon, you...
Take our leader back to his room.
Sethos, you must...
Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. Leave this in my hands.
Depending how he acts, man. I don't know if I'm gonna
I don't
be
like to
wanting to
drag out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase.
Should be in Asia. No. I am not. Regretfully.
Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self. But I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition. So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. Except for Cyrus. My grandfather gave him his chance once.
Is this new Cyno? Yes. This
Now
is a
I'm
new
giving the
Cyno
rest of you
request.
yours.
That's right. Cyno story quest.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Bamoon in his younger years. I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. been to the city yourself. I'm sure you've seen that much has changed for the better, and things will only continue to improve. Why not consider cooperating with the academia once more?
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tighnari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and I agree.
So
All you and
depending on how
Balmoon are
this
after is
plays
the Ba
out, I
fragment.
think I will try to get
The professor will
Sethos,
accept whatever fate you deem fit for him
since
out of a
they
sense
said
of
that his
guilt.
drop rate will be lowered.
I am the one who has a choice to make. And that's how it was always going to be. Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor, correct?
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor. Nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later. Give me one night to make my decision.
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict.
Then we're gonna
Cyno.
fucking attack them, right?
Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so I'll be escorting him back now.
Are you sure about negotiating with him?
You're not giving it up.
I need to think this through.
No, you're not giving it up.
Everyone, let's meet again later tonight. Until then,
No.
take some time for yourself.
No.
All
He's
right,
gonna do
well,
something rash,
don't
bitch.
put too much pressure on yourself, Cyno. If you need
On
any
both
help
face.
working things out, just come and find us.
Oh, the banners. Who is it? I forgot. Oh no, I'm only interested in the second one, which will have homegirl, Farina. What is it? Wait until nighttime. Okay. Wait. Oh. Never mind. 56 same as mine. Oh, for adventure rank. Is it? Wait. Oh yeah, adventure rank. I'm like, that's what you were talking about. Yes. Been at 56 for a while now. Okay, Cyno. We're not.
I've taken
giving
some
your
time to reflect
fragment.
on this. If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing
Yeah,
that he would
respect
almost
his
certainly
wishes.
never return. He's a
Respect
stubborn
his
man who
wishes.
tends to double down when he feels strongly about something. We won't get anywhere trying to convince him to escape.
I agree.
You show.
My master Nephis says the same thing. Once Cyrus makes up his mind about something,
You
he
show
won't listen to
Sethos
reason.
who's boss.
So that's one thing.
I'm
A few
wondering
other
if like
things come to
Cyno,
mind too.
like, is more powerful.
You've heard
than
all you need
Sethos.
to hear about the Temple of Silence. So on that, I don't have anything to add. My own memories of this place are hazy, though. Probably something to do with the overpowering presence of the Ba fragments. That might explain why I suffered from constant headaches and fevers as a child. I do remember
dude.
having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind. But I don't recall much, only bits and pieces. I was still young then,
Poor
and all I could
Cyno.
understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, I suppose it was Hermanubis' way of trying to encourage me, even if we couldn't communicate. The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will and might of Hermanubis is a real, intangible thing,
Then
and
you
they
are
its
their
rightful
god.
worshippers, then
They should
You're not
listen
gonna
to
give
you.
in to their demands,
No.
are you? Surely there has to be another way.
Yeah, don't make rash
No.
decisions, Cyno.
I
We
have
are
no
not.
intention of returning
Okay,
it.
good.
I need this power to protect Sumeru. But the temple has the right to make the final decision over its fate, since it belongs to one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. So I will challenge them head on, and win the right to wield this power for myself.
Yeah.
Fair and square.
You tell him, Cyno.
this reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never dishonoring their tribal bonds, or the rules laid down by their ancestors. I think we could turn that to our advantage. Go back to them with a proposal of our own.
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the tables on them.
Looks like we have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can. In terms that they cannot refuse. That's how we win this.
Sounds
Great.
good to me, bitch.
And I know just how to start the conversation. Let's go find Sethos. We'll tell him that I know a thing or two about medicine and would like to take a look at his grandfather's condition.
Yeah, that's right. I thought they could trick us. Nah, bitch. We don't come to play. Jesus. I probably should change Gaming out. Alright, time to
Sethos,
shift position.
let's talk.
Have you
He can
made
hear
up
you
your
through
mind?
that door.
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering if you might let me take a look at your grandfather?
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here. I doubt you'll be able to tell us anything we don't already know.
Only one way to find out.
Follow me.
So I don't know much about.
Keep your voices down. We don't want to disturb him.
I don't know much about Tanari. Tanari takes out his medical kit, performs a basic medical exam for Bumman.
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden of work and now by the effects of old age. Regretfully, I must inform you that, based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition, he doesn't have long left.
Dang.
A few days at most.
Yeah. I've known for a long time.
You've
You're
known
his
that he
heir,
doesn't
aren't
have
you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see things differently. You have a broader range of concerns and a more pragmatic approach. So tell me how we can end this on your terms.
Yeah, there's no time to waste here. You know that better than anyone.
You know, the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men who raised you.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but somehow you've ended up having to make the tough decisions.
You're right. We both look at this problem very differently than the people we inherited it from. I accept, Cyno. This all began because of Hermanubis. So let's end it with the rite he himself created.
What's that?
Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents. He and his two companions proved their mettle by fighting over several days, winning the support of
Are we
many
gonna be fighting
fine
over several
people.
days?
That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rites, the rite of duels. That's where it all began.
Sounds very fitting. I'm in.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep. So I will permit you to participate in this rite, along with your chosen companions.
3 against 3. Sounds good.
However, I have some additional terms. As the challengers, you must win all 3 of your fights to win. And Cyno, both of us must put our Ba fragment on the line. The winner takes them both. Letting Cyrus leave with one of the Ba fragments was a mistake, made by my grandfather out of pity. It is a long-standing issue that must be addressed for the Temple of Silence to move forward.
Release Cyrus, and consider this past dispute resolved. If you win, I'll return my power to you.
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the ceremonial hall tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock.
Okay, out there.
Well, after how that went, there's definitely no turning back now.
There never was. Turning back hasn't been an option for me since the moment the professor slipped away to return to the desert.
You have to win. You need this power, both as General Mahamatra and for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
I just realized I have a
Besides, it's
hole
stayed with you
in
ever
my
since you were a small child. Surely that's a sign it thinks of you
Not
as its
the
rightful owner.
shorts.
Both as General Mahamatra and for myself. Yeah, when you put it that way, I've had to overcome a lot to tame this power and claim it for myself.
Exactly, Cyno.
Not everyone could have done that.
Exactly.
Let's not get sidetracked. We gotta focus on winning. We'll help you see this through.
The Traveler and I will never lose.
No. No, bitch.
And
We
neither
got
shall
you.
I. The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that, for a variety of reasons, fell out with the civilization of the rainforest. It's just as Dia said. Prejudice has pushed people apart. But there must be personal factors at work here, too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't think that Sethos is any kind of villain. He's just doing what he thinks is best. Tomorrow, everything will be resolved.
We're gonna fuck him up. Alright, wait until next day, 20 to 0. Ready to fuck up a bitch. Fuck him up, fuck him up.
Every journey has its final day.
Just real quick. What are the details on you? Yeah, well, I would love to test them out. There's a Hydra resistance? Damn. Hydra resistance? Who gives them that resistance? Crit attack, HP. Pyro damage bonus, crit rate. Crit damage. Who gives him that resistance? Interesting. Anyway.
Don't rush.
Game. Yeah, it got me. Not shop. He's cute. I will properly build him one day. Alright, let's... You didn't get him? What a shame. We'll go with Kaching.
Something's come up?
Wait, hold on. Where are you at? Oh. Your crit rate's not that high, but your crit damage on the other. I don't even know what artifacts you carry. Oh. Why do I have that on you? As a shit. Circlet. I don't know what they're called. Chalice? Anima, physical damage bonus. I will get it. Ooh. Exciting. This has electro damage. That also has electro damage. It's the only one that doesn't have defense. That went down. Okay, let me see if a little quickie. Let's see, my crit damage would go down. No. Okay, I'm not using him. Crit rate. Ooh. I want to look at that. I think this is what we're gonna go on. The team. If we're able to use a team. Interesting. Is there anything in here? No. What about this? Will this open? No.
We gather on this day to perform once more. This is our most representing the Temple of Silence, the Defenders.
I'm a Kazuha. I love him. What? That's not a
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels after all these years. I am surprised by your decisions, Ethos.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather. Just leave it to me.
I wonder if his hair
representing the Academia,
white on the edges because of
the Challengers.
Ready. We will fight to have our voices heard.
That the
Warriors, take your positions and decide on the order of
Team
battle.
Rocket at the speed of light. Be prepared to fight.
We come not to debate what brings our challengers here, nor what will
I'll
be.
go first.
Huh? Are you sure?
Sure, we want to keep her morale
I agree.
up.
She's very strong. Sending her out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Yeah, that's right. Then it's
Okay,
gonna be Tenari,
then
and
you're
then it's gonna be Cyno.
Sure.
Exactly. Because Cyno's gonna finish
We have
him.
decided.
So have we. Let's begin.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
With her dual sword. Leave it to me. Bitches.
Don't forget, safety first! Hey, you there! You better play nice with her, or Paimon will make you regret it!
A little bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
Oh, you goddamn slut bucket.
To please step forward.
Cyno.
When you're
Not
both
Cyno.
ready,
Tenari.
you may begin.
Let's begin.
Watch out!
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
Enshroud! Let's nip that in the bud.
Beach.
Thus ends the second bout. We will now move to the third
I wonder what
bout.
would happen if we,
Duelists,
like,
please
lose.
step forward.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
So am I.
This is the final stage of the rite. I remind you both that the terms you agreed upon in advance are binding. When you're both ready, you may begin.
I am Sethos, vessel of Hermanubis, grandson of Bamoon, the leader of the Temple of Silence. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. And even in our darkest hour, when we could not see a way forward, we chose not to abandon hope, but to embark on a brave new experiment so that we might prevail. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom and power, longing to see his spirit and his light descend upon us. Now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power!
I am Cyno, General Mahamatra of the Academia, student and successor of Cyrus, the Sage of Spantamad. I fight in defense of my power, my professor, and my nation. And you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching. So bare your soul.
Everyone, old and young, fit and frail,
I think Cyno
they're
has
all
the most
waiting
power.
to see how this duel will end. My grandfather is a wise leader. He is also known to be a... But our faith has held us back for too long. After I grew up, I went to the rainforest once, and I saw for myself the people of the city. Times have changed. The people of Sumeru are happier and more free now than in the past. I thought about this as I stood at one of the tallest points in the city, gazing down at the streets below. Then I thought of you, Cyno. You and I both wield the same power, yet the lives we lead could not be more different. Each bomb fragment of Hermanubis stands for something different. Might, glory, and one of many other secrets that have yet to be revealed. I once thought that the nature of our fragments must be what makes us so different from one another. But maybe it's that you've found your answer, and I am still searching for mine.
I am more than just a warrior. I am my own person.
Exactly.
Tanara's like, that's my boyfriend.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark on both of us, shaped the course of our lives. We are his vessels, and yet we are more besides. So show me your answer, Cyno. Show me I can be more than my faith, more than the power I wield. Show me the person I can become! Bring it on!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
That's all you've got? What happened is searching?
No, 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 you can't pause. God, babe, no, 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 no. Oh, hold on. Will this stop it? No. I'm so sorry, guys. You're missing out on something really great. I can't look away. Shit.
fight's over. Do you yield?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
Will he live?
I give his glory to you.
He's like, I don't want it, bitch. What if he said that?
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis,
I'm so sorry, you cannot
priest
see any
over
of
all
this.
other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Akhmar.
Akhmar? I love it when they say
After the
Akhmar.
death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tule.
I don't know why my internet is saying that.
There,
I don't
they
have poor
founded the
connection.
Temple of Silence. And from that day forth, we became stewards of
Sorry,
all
but I
knowledge
gotta enjoy
that
this. I can't
survived
pause it.
from King Deshret's civilization.
It's a shame that
Barely a
it's not streaming.
century
I am gonna
passed
like
before
ask it to
war
record it.
ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little. Only the wise city of Tule Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians.
Wait, so Tynarians...
But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tule Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as
I wish I
proof
could
of his victory.
have this record.
The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule Tula Tynarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest.
That's sad.
What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
That's sad. Alright, I'm gonna save that. Recent gameplay. Do last 30 minutes. So?
Do you feel okay?
How are ya? You doing okay there, bud? Is he sitting dead on the throne? You stupid ass live stream. I don't know. What do you mean poor connection quality? I do not understand. But yeah, homie just died on the throne. He's like, I'm dead.
Grandfather.
Now he's crying in front of the grave. You, Sethos, and the other members of the temple bid farewell to Bamun. In the great hall, people gather around the coffin to pay their respects. The atmosphere is solemn.
Hey, Sethos. You'll get through this.
It's like, sorry that we took your shit. Sorry for your loss.
I'll miss him.
I'm so sorry for your loss, is what Traveler says.
I guess you were prepared for this.
Guess you're prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh? Tyner says. Yeah, it's been on death's door for a very long time.
A very long time now.
I think it was only through sheer
I think it was only through sheer willpower that he managed to hold on to this point. At least he was able to see this chapter come to a close
before he passed.
Before he passed.
What's next for you?
What's next for you, Paimon?
For my grandfather's last wishes.
The Temple
of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanubis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader, Cyno.
Cyno?
But that's never going to work,
as I'm
sure you realize.
I'm the General
Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought.
Audio, or is it also
the fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader, Sethos.
Okay. Ooh,
I believe the honor should go to you. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamun never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
I'm like, at least I don't have to talk over their voices.
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamun looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
Well, in any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots.
That in the middle of that.
Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamun
when it gets
as
to
the new
good
leader
part,
of the Temple
like,
of Silence.
Poor connection, babe.
You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader. Just think of it as doing me a favor.
Yeah.
But
just surrender your
doesn't that
title to
render
him.
everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more. That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed. You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the Temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamun's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person.
So like...
Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the Temple, much less integrate the Temple into the Academia by force. He knew that the Temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the Academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the Academia. With one single letter, he lured out the professor. No matter what happened after that, it would result in a net benefit to the Temple.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end. Thank you for everything, Cyno. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence for their pursuit of knowledge. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, we will be here to support you. But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates, lest you lead humanity to repeat the same mistakes. By the way, Tainari,
I'm no longer doing
my grandfather
that
was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluca Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians and appointed him as his familiar. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other, from the founding of the Temple of Silence to the fall of Tuletula. The Tainarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, many of the Tainarians chose to stay and put down roots in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors.
How fascinating. My father once mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
I like this story.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Yes, Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather's room. He wouldn't show it in front of me, but I think he still has many fond memories of my grandfather.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way, then I guess he didn't really resent Cyrus as much as he appeared to.
How long is the rest of this quest? Because if there's going to be more, I'm
knows?
going to stop the live
Perhaps
stream
all of us.
and restart it.
You, me, and Cyrus. We're all just pawns in my grandfather's plan to set things straight. He was awful like that.
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is at a crossroads.
Yeah,
I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the Academia to come and meet you in the desert. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, please come and visit the rainforest again. You should stay for a few days this time, and start to build some relationships. If we're going to work together,
Not that much.
both sides have to get to know one another
We have,
better.
what,
I
20
will.
minutes left?
All right. Well, bye for now, everyone. I'll be seeing you.
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
Best of luck to you, Sethos. Honestly, if I couldn't pause during that scene, I would have just paused. What is wrong with this thing? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna stop broadcast and then